Part 2 of where I've been for the last 2 years. Period. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified every time I drop some new heat, because I will definitely be dropping some new heat. Join the international gang. So while I was on pre-trial release, I didn't tell anybody. I took pictures and stuff and cropped my ankle out. I just couldn't come out at that time, and say like, oh, I'm going to prison. Like, I was just so ashamed because of what I be talking about on my channel. Like, what I'm all about. I'm all about bossing your life up the legal way. Positivity, good vibes. And I just felt like my past did not align with who I was then at the time and who I am now. People was like, oh, I feel like you should talk about it. I feel like you should document it. And I'm like, I'm not ready for that. I don't want people in my business. With things like that, it's controversial. I was not in a space to receive any negativity, and I know it's gonna come. I know even after I post this video, it's gonna be negative comments, but it's fine. I'm in a better space now. Towards the last few months, I kind of came out of a depression. Like, I started going out and stuff like that. I built a rapport with my PO, so I was able to move around as long as I was home one time, because when I first got on house arrest, it was strict. Like, a couple days before it was time for me to turn myself in, I reached out to my lawyer and I was like, can I get an extension, because I want to turn myself in to the prison. I don't want to turn myself into the marshals and have to be transferring it before I get to my prison. So they ended up giving me an extension, another 2 weeks, another 2.5 weeks. So that bought me time, and I really was trying to buy time because I was not ready to go. Yeah. I never knew that I could handle prison, like, for real. Basically, my first day, they took my vitals, whatever, did the intake, gave me a bag with like a pillow, a towel, a rag, a little temporary uniform, and they sent me on my way. And it was like, you go up that hill and find your unit. No tutorial, they didn't give me no walkthrough, they didn't give me a tour, nothing. They didn't tell me what to do. They gave me a packet of rules and they sent me on my way. And I'm like, so the good thing about it was new people had to quarantine, or people that had like COVID symptoms had to quarantine in a separate unit from like the main unit. Probably had to be like 10, 15 people in total. So I was happy that I got to learn the ropes of prison in not a crowded unit, because I think I would just die if I had to. Anyways, when I got in there, I was like, hello, what do I do? I didn't know where my room was, my little cube. I didn't know nothing. I just had a bag, like a sack with all my stuff, and I'm just, everybody just doing them, watching TV, walking around, taking showers. And I'm like, what do I do now? Like, 5 days later, I moved to my main unit, and it was so packed in there. It was like a culture shock. It's a courtesy people to give the new people stuff. Like, they give you hygiene, they give you food, they give you stuff to like welcome you and stuff. But I already came, I had all my stuff. One of my friends that I still talk to today, she was like, you just was walking back and forth, strutting up and down the hallway like you was that girl. She did not like me at first. Once she got to know me and we ended up like getting to know each other and we got cool, she was like, yeah, that's why I didn't like you, because you was just acting like you was that bitch. Probably like a couple months in, people on the outside started finding out, and they started writing me. It was the people that I never expected to write me that wrote me. My biggest fear was being forgotten about. In this day and age, out of sight, out of mind. People don't see you, they don't think about you. And I was in the public eye, I was always on social media, I was always posting, so I just felt like by me disappearing, I was just gonna get forgotten about. The end of that year, like the holidays was so hard for me, like, because that's my favorite time of year. And right before Thanksgiving, my uncle passed away, and there was nothing that I could do about it. I found out on the phone. It just was a hard time. Both of my co-defendants ended up coming to the prison that I was at, so it was good to have people that I was familiar with. Me and the co-defendant that got locked up first, me and her, that's my girl, that's my sister, and it felt good to have a friend in there, you know? So I had like my 2 girls. We used to do everything together. We used to work together, cook together. We used to hang. You have times where you're okay mentally, times where it's not that bad, but then you have times where you're missing home. I was in there acting a fool, like I was fighting, almost got kicked out of that prison. Phones ended up coming and being a thing. Cause I was at prison camp. At first, it's less security. You can literally walk off the prison if you want to get a 5-year minimum escape charge. I don't know what I needed a phone for looking back, but at the time, it was still fresh for me. I think I was locked up for what? I'm gonna say 5 months, yeah. I'm not even gonna tell y'all how much I paid for this phone. Was it worth it? No. Did I have fun? Absolutely. I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to all my friends. I'm on social media. I'm just living my life. So I was like, let me just post my little pictures because I was cute. I was teen. And when I posted those pictures, the post went up, okay? And it made it to Instagram. I didn't even post on Instagram. It made it to It's On Site blog site, if y'all know what that is. That's when everybody found out where I was. Because like I said, I didn't tell anybody that I was fighting the case. I didn't tell nobody I was on house arrest except for my clients and stuff like that. But nobody really knew the details or where I went. In the comments, people were like commenting where I was. They was like, oh, you at Alderson, you at Alderson. Somebody had to have called them and was like, do you know your inmate picture went viral? Like a couple weeks later, ended up getting knocked off with my phone and got kicked out of that prison. And spent 3 months in the SHU. Those 3 months in the SHU was so humbling. They had us in paper. They kept shaking us down, kept strip searching us, kept taking our stuff, like, cause all you get is a pen and paper and you on 24-hour lockdown. Imagine being in a bathroom, literally, for 24 hours for 3 months. After that, I got shipped to a whole nother prison, a whole nother state. And I ended up doing a program, which I was supposed to be starting at the first prison, but I got kicked out. Somebody who went to the feds know that it's a drug program and it gives you a year off. I did the program and I got kicked out the program. But the program really helped me lock in because I was not bidding how I was supposed to bid. I was supposed to stay out the way, remember that I got a life outside, be on my best behavior so I could get home. During those 8 months, I swear I learned the most in that program as far as like personal development. It gave me time, it gave me structure. I was journaling, I was doing the work, I was reading. I just was working on so much. I was working on business plans. I ended up getting kicked out of the program. It was this girl, we was cool at first and we ended up beefing. She was in the program too and we ended up getting into an argument. They said that we incited a riot. So they kicked both of us out. I was just like, damn, why y'all kicked us out? Because we black? That's how I felt. So I got back to general population and I was fighting. Me and the girl ended up fighting. I fought like 3 people in the same week. I ended up back in the SHU. I said the last time that I was in the SHU that I wasn't gonna come back here. And here I am, back in the SHU. But this time I didn't regret it because me and that girl needed to fight. It was just brutal. I done lost my time off with the program. I just was losing a lot of good days. And I'm like, I am not these people. So after I got out the SHU, not gonna say I didn't get my act together, but I was making money in there and I wrote it out until the end. When they gave me my new date, I didn't tell anybody. I only told my mom and my girlfriend. When I got my first date, I was like, oh, I'm getting out this day. I messed up my date and I didn't get out that day. I messed up the first time, but the second time I got my date, I ended up almost messing up that date 2 times. Like the first time, I got caught up in something that had nothing to do with me and I ended up getting away with it because they seen that it didn't have nothing to do with me. The second time was because the SHU was full, y'all. Had the SHU not have been full, I would have been in the SHU and I would have lost my date. At this point, I'm ready to go. Like, get me out of here before I lose my date again. I gotta get out of here. I've been out since March of this year. I have everything in the world. I came back to my stuff. I'm just trying to get readjusted. I'm not rushing myself. I'm taking my time. Like, I am happy to be out. I have a whole different outlook. I'm just allowing my spirit to guide me through throughout this whole new journey. It's like a fresh start. I always tell people I lived like 5 lives. And now I'm on my 6th life. I don't know if I want to go back to doing hair, but that's like another story for another day. Blessed and highly favored, blessed and highly flavored. Since I've been out, I do feel like I am a whole new person. Nobody can tell me otherwise. I feel like I've grown so much. I am just so grateful now for doing this time because it just taught me so much. I just experienced so much, and it just grew me as a person altogether. I honestly, looking back at it, feel like I was not supposed to move to LA. It didn't matter who, what, where told me not to go to LA. I was going. I was so adamant on going, and sometimes when you are adamant, like, God has to redirect you. I do not feel like LA was for me at the time. How bent out of shape I was about moving to LA and like basically losing the opportunity to move and start a new life in LA. I do not have thoughts about moving to LA. Like, I don't know, I just feel like that was then and this is now. So y'all, I just want y'all to stay tuned to see like what I'm cooking. I am going through a whole new transformation. I am reinventing myself. You know, Gemini gang. Y'all know we love to reinvent ourselves and recreate ourselves and just show up as our best selves. 2024 is about to be 2025. Like, I'm locked in, I'm focused, and I know what I'm trying to accomplish. I know what I'm trying to do. I feel good, can't nobody take that from me. I am not gonna be basing a lot of my content around being in prison, but I do have a couple of videos coming out. Hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure you comment down below. Keep your negativity to yourself. I know it's gonna come regardless. Let me know, did you guys miss me or what? So now we're on a roll, we're back and we're ready to go. Let's see if we can get to 30K, period. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.